Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to a monthly channel update. I've been trying to keep up to date with these as much as possible. Although I don't really have a set time in a month that I do them, I just try to get them out in somewhere resembling a month. The game in the background is Knights of Pen and Paper +1 edition. It's one of the various titles I've had from the Humble bundles and other bundles that I've purchased, and I haven't actually gotten around to actually trying out yet. So I figure, well, I might as well try it out while I give you a little chit chat. So what is the state of the channel as it stands right now? I am at we're at 10,824 views, total channel views. That is rather awesome. We're continuing to grow and expand in that realm, and I'm up to 95 subscribers. So welcome to everyone who is new. If you're wondering what my channel's like, I try to keep it as much of a variety on the channel as I can. I do believe in playing many different types of games, although there are several games that I tend to stay away from. Usually I stay away from the ones that are going to cause the most controversy as far as how terrible I am at them. So I generally don't do things like, say, Hearthstone. Even though I would like to play that game, I would play it not recording usually. If I do play it, I haven't actually played it yet. Just because I know that I am going to be terrible at it, since I'm terrible at all games. And I prefer to not get the deluge of internet hate over that. I'd rather get deluge of internet hate over the non-standard games than the ones that are extremely popular. I also tend to not deal with any horror games because I make fun of them, and a lot of people don't like that. And puzzle games, I'm just absolutely horrible at. I usually don't enjoy puzzle games, although there's a few that I do enjoy that aren't that bad, like, say, Puzzle Quest. And there's actually another thing that came out that I just saw an article about on Rock Paper Shotgun the other day that looks a lot like Puzzle Quest, but it's a little bit different. So I've been kind of following that as well. And as far as what's going on with some of the things, some of the series and whatnot, as you've probably seen, Ethereum has wound down. I'm just waiting for more DLC to purchase for that. I've gotten through everything that I can get through as far as Ethereum is concerned. I still enjoy the game very much. You know, it's got its blemishes, but I still, you know, being a big Wing Commander fan, I enjoy this game quite a bit. And taking its place is the returning series of Star Crusader. I intend to hopefully get through all of Star Crusader before I put something else in that slot. As I've mentioned in my video that just went up the other day, on Thursday, that I am playing both branches of that game, mostly because I've played the one branch all the way through. Every time I've played the game, every time I've played the game, I've always played the Goreen branch, because I've always liked their ships, and I just like the characters there. So just as a challenge for myself, and also as a more complete view of that old game, I decided to, you know, switch back and forth from one branch to the next with my save games, and just keep recording that going forward. So that's and I'm about, you know, halfway-ish through the game, a little bit more than halfway when that branch takes off. So that's, I intend to finish that out entirely, get the rest of that recorded. I have another day's worth of stuff recorded because I'm recording 2 branches, so I need to do a little bit more recording of that. Hopefully tomorrow, well, today when you see this video go up, I'll hopefully be having been recorded some more of that, because I like to get that done and off my plate. And then my intention is, once that's done, I will hopefully then jump back to editing and getting finished the rest, or getting published the rest of Wing Commander Saga. That's going to be another long-running one. That's going to be about probably 30 episodes in total. Just from the back of the napkin number, based on how much I have recorded on that, I literally finished recording that game back in October, so it's almost a year now. It's just when I recorded it, I had problems with the. I was using Flux to make my monitor not blare my eyes out at nighttime when I was playing it. Unfortunately, it muddied all the colors. So on some of the episodes that I recorded at nighttime, some of the episodes I recorded in the daytime. So I'm having to do a lot of color correction and various other things there. And there's quite a lot of editing I'm doing too to it. So that's why that has taken such a long time to get. And plus, I had a bunch of things like Ethereum and whatnot that came out right in the middle of that, and I wanted to play those as well. So I ended up just, kind of shelving it and then coming back to it. Speaking of things that have been shelved, and I will come back to, Heroine's Quest is still on my back burner. It's still on the back burner. I want to sit down with it at some point. I'm still having a problem where I'm just balls stuck. Just completely stuck on this one part, and I've been looking for walkthroughs, and all the walkthroughs are kind of like, well, you might want to try this, or you might want to try. I'm like, just tell me what the hell to do at this point. I beg you, please, just tell me what to do. So I just have to get back to that at some point. I enjoy the story of that. It's just I am just absolutely 100% stumped as to what to do next in that, or how to get through the one guild section. I've figured out how to get access to the guild. I haven't figured out how to actually open the door to it. It requires some stuff, and I can't figure out how to do it. So that's what I've been sitting on there. So I will eventually go back to that. Probably after I've finished recording Star Crusader all the way through. In addition to that, obviously, as I mentioned, I mentioned this in one of my Cube Ramblings episodes, but I'll mention it again here since it has to do with the channel. I did stop my Watch Dogs playthrough. The game is just not fun. I started playing it. I was enjoying the very first part of it, and then it started to perform terribly. I don't know why. I didn't change any settings. I had to actually reduce the settings to get it to actually perform half decently, and it was just a mess. And the online component was just terrible. I had all kinds of hackers getting in, and just, I mean, literally, they're not hackers. They were more like crackers, in that they were just getting in and they were just, hiding on the rooftops of buildings that didn't seem like they were even possible to get on top of, and it was just a nightmare. So I gave up on it. It's the only game so far, as far as I know, as far as I remember, it's the only game so far that I've actually given up on entirely. Everything else that I've played at some point in time, I will come back to. I did promise a long time ago that I would get back into Adventurer Manager, which is still in early alpha. And I will do that. It's various things are still on my lists. I still want to get back into FTL, a modded FTL. I'll do the Captain's Edition of that, and I want to get back into Out There as well. I have to check to see if there was supposed to be an update to it at some point that added a whole bunch of new stuff, which would have been pretty cool. And I think it was free even, which makes it even cooler. And then there's various other things. Obviously, these side quests, I'm trying to find stuff that's ready to be recorded as far as that goes. I have a lot of things I've been playing with, but not a lot of things that I think I can do justice to in a recording. So my latest one, in case you didn't see it, was for Invisible Ink, which is a really cool game. I've been debating whether or not I want to actually do more with that game or not, because I was actually having a lot of fun. Even though it's ridiculously hard, I was having a ton of fun with it. So that was pretty cool. Also, replacing, as you've seen, replacing Watch Dogs is Deus Ex Human Revolution. I am also having a ton of fun with that. I have lightly modded it, and by lightly I mean of the 3 mods out there that I can find that exist for Deus Ex Human Revolution, I have installed 2 of them, which is the inventory mod and the debug menu mod, which adds a modding layer so that more mods can just plug right in, and I don't have to screw around with the base install games, the base games files, I should say. The only mod that I left out of it was the realism mod. And the only reason I left that out was, I'm getting a really good frame rate right now, and that's supposedly going to take like a 10 to 20 frame rate hit, or frames per second hit, which would be a little bit too much. And B, a lot of the effects are from the Sweet Effects library, and some of them do not actually, some of them link themselves further down in the rendering pipeline than or further up in the rendering pipeline than my recording software actually records at. So literally, I will get all the benefits of all the realism, but there will be some effects that wouldn't actually get picked up by Fraps or DxTory because of where they link in the pipeline, and these effects came in either later in the pipeline from where those recording software hook into. So there would be no point at that point because you're not really getting all the same benefits that I'm getting from watching it. So that's why I haven't done that mod. But as far as I know, I've been doing Google searches all over the place. Those are the only 3 mods that I have seen for Deus Ex Human Revolution. So director's cut. So I guess you can say it's a modded series. It's more like a lightly modded series, but I just keep putting modded on there just in case someone happens to look at my inventory and go, how is it that all of your weapons are slightly smaller than what I expected? And how can these things stack when they're not supposed to stack? You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, continuing to have a ton of fun there. I'm going to be going through probably that entire game. I'm also waiting for Deus Ex Revision, which is a mod pack that has been in development for the original Deus Ex, which I have played through a couple times anyway, so that won't be a blind playthrough, which is kind of nice, I think, from time to time. But it will be the first time I'm playing it with the whole new modded things. So it'll be there's all new models, all new high-res textures. They've got all new music that they put in there, which kind of has me a little bit weird or worried, I guess, because the original music in the original Deus Ex was fantastic. In fact, I listen to it a lot when I'm trying to concentrate and program and stuff. So if the music that they replaced it with is equally as fantastic, then okay, I'm okay with it. If not, that might be one of those mods that I end up disabling, which you can do apparently when this eventually comes out. But I haven't heard any recent updates to that. The last update that I saw on their website was for July, I think, or June. So hopefully that's continuing on. They seem to be pretty close there. And I also have started looking around to see if there's mods for Invisible War, Deus Ex Invisible War. So I will eventually be doing the entire Deus Ex series except for The Fall. I do have Deus Ex The Fall, and I watched one of Total Biscuit's videos on it, and it looks really terrible. So I'm probably not going to do that one. Even though Invisible War is kind of terrible too, I actually remember liking it, so that's why I'm going to record that eventually. But yeah, The Fall, maybe I will record The Fall. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, that is where we stand right now. Also, as far as the behind the scenes things here, my Livecraft Mine is going to continue. I did miss it this week by accident. I actually have some footage recorded. However, I've been tweaking a lot of settings in DxTory and whatnot, based upon some things that I've seen on the web that I've stumbled upon. and one of the tweaks I made actually caused Vegas to not be able to load the file at all. So I can probably do something with that. I might be able to load it into AviDmux and just do a boldface copy and render it out in a different color space, and then have Vegas be able to do it. I don't know. I'll have to see. It was basically a collab between me and Kazuha, as we were just basically chatting and building the wall around the area. So I might rescue some of that, or I might leave it alone. It really doesn't, I don't know. It's kind of nice. I think it's nice to see the interactions that we have on the server that I have with other people. I mean, that's the whole point of being on a multiplayer server. But at the same time, I spent most of the episode in the Nether, trying to fight to get glowstone, so it might not be that great from my perspective. I would more suggest you go watch Kazuha's channel once he releases it, and then just go from there. So that's what happened with Livecraft Mine. I just had technical difficulties. So I've been also doing Captive Minecraft 2. I have switched back to single player on that. I was going to continue doing single player anyway, even while I was doing the co-op with BTJ, but now it looks like it's probably just going to be the single player going forward, just because we had a lot of technical difficulties and various other things. So I think it's a safe bet that I'll probably just finish it out myself. And then I do have Captive Minecraft 3 downloaded and installed. I just haven't. I went into it for 2 seconds just to make sure that the texture packs were loaded, and that was it. I haven't gone any further than that. So that's a thing. And what else? What else we got on our plates? Divinity Original Sin. I apologize for the really crappy audio in that. This is the first time that I'm recording directly from the live stream and trying to put it onto YouTube, and my audio quality is really bad when I'm doing the live stream stuff, especially because the bit rates are kind of weird and different. So I've been there's still 2 more recording sessions of that I have that I'm probably going to pick. I didn't get a whole lot done in those next 2 recording sessions because I was just getting stumped by little things. I just had a recording session tonight on the live stream that I got a lot done with, and I'm also trying something a little bit different with my audio. So I think, long story short, the next couple episodes are probably still going to have the audio problem, but eventually I think it might improve, because I have jury-rigged my microphone up, my Blue Yeti here, so that I can have it connected to both my Linux laptop and my PC. So my voice goes out over the live stream, and I can record it separately on my laptop like I normally do for YouTube and for this video here. So I can clean it up and do all the other various audio stuff that I do. And hopefully, when I marry the 2 together, we'll have something that sounds a little bit better. Question mark. We'll see. I can't, from my perspective, it can't get any worse than what it already is. So my apologies on that. I know that it sucks to try to watch a video with poor audio quality. This may not be a viable thing to do in the future. We'll have to see. I don't know how the other YouTubers out there do it, but they manage. So, but I think that's about it for this update. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.